room. Yes, we're in the laundry room because you can see outside, which you probably can't. It is frigid cold, frigid cold, frigid cold. Still waiting for the laptop to kick on. Not really sure. We got these new microphones, and I'm not sure. Can everybody hear with these microphones?
Can everybody hear with these
Ah,
microphones?
yes, I can hear right now. So yeah, so we got these new microphones. Check, 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 check. To so that we, because when we had the thing sit on the stand, it was kind of muffled out. So Brenda got me the new microphone, so now we can say like, "Ooh, look, we're high tech too." Like wow, special, right? New microphone. So yeah, so again, we are in the laundry room because the pellet stove in the regular rock room, it can heat it up in there, but the floor stays cold. It's kind of cool. And then when you put the pellet stove, if people are familiar with pellet stoves, you put the pellet stove on high, and man, it goes through the pellets like really super fast, and they're like $6 a bag, $5-6 a bag, depending on if you get discounts or not. So if you go through bags of stuff in, then it just doesn't pay to have it on. So I have it on low. It's probably like in the 40s in there. Hi, Cynthia.
Hi,
It's in
Cynthia.
the 40s in there. So the dog just came in to say hi. Dog's happy too because we're in the house and he can.
Hi, Josh.
Hey, Josh. So yeah, let me go back here and see if everybody. Hey, Don. Hey, Beth. Hi, Romania. And then the other ones we said hi to already. Hey, Cheryl, how you doing? So yeah, so again, we're in, and actually, if we look down here,
Hi, Cheryl.
down there, that's where the heat vent is coming out, and because the rest of the house is so cold, and the furnace is like right beside me, the rest of the house is so freaking cold that this heater here is pumping out the heat, and I'm standing here and I'm like freaking roasting. Like,
Hi,
oh,
Brian.
Man. Hey, Mule, how you doing? Mew, 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 mew. So yeah, so she's roasting in here. No hat on because man, it's freaking hot in here. So yeah, so anyhow, getting back to the story, we'll wait for some people to show up. So until then, I'll show you some other stuff that is kept here in the laundry room, right? So let's take a look at some stuff. And down underneath where the mighty heat vent is kept, we have some ammonites, of course. And these are pretty just scared the dog. See ya. So yeah, we got some ammonites down here, ammonite pieces, some real. Now this one's a monster here. This is super, super thick and heavy, of course. And if anybody likes remember the old metal book holders, bookends that nobody has anymore. And here we talked about this not too long ago. This is the rock that started it all. This is the rock that started it all. This was the first tater I had found. And yeah, Don, right? What are books? No kidding, right? So this was the first tater that I found fishing that started my whole tater craze. And this one's never been cut because it was kind of plain, but it just seemed, and this has never been polished. This is actually how it comes. And it's never done anything, but that started the old tater craze, right? The old taters. So yeah, and then here's a thing for you. Anybody ever see one of these? These are made out of rocks. I can zoom this in a little bit. This is all rock. Every country, even the water's lapis. I guess that's technically not a rock, right? It's actually a shell. But yeah, these are globes. And could you imagine what what was involved into making these things? Oh, that's not a real rock either. There's some goldstone in there. But yeah, imagine what was involved in making these things to inlay all that and then to shape it. That
yeah, probably right.
Yeah,
Slave
right.
labor.
You're right. And yeah, imagine the person let me zoom back out. The people that were making this were probably paid like $3 a month or something, right? Imagine that. And then you see this wood. I used to do this wood stuff, and people talk about intarsia all the time when we do rock intarsia. This is wood intarsia, and then here's a tiger I made, and this is made with cherry, aspen, mahogany, and then I think it's got some pieces of walnut in there. Matter of fact, on the back, I even sign them and label them. I had a lot of these at one time, and I sold them all. And the moose and the tiger are the only two I kept. And the moose, same thing. It's cherry, mahogany, oak, and then some black walnut.
And yeah, yes, we're in the laundry room.
It even has some grass, So yeah, that's things that I used to do. I don't do anymore. And then of course, you see the fish. There's some fish. There's fish in like every room too. There's big brownie. We do a lot of fishing here too. So yeah. So anyhow, so here's some other stuff I have in the. Let me zoom this in again. In the old laundry room. Whoop. Now this is green. Now we talk about druzy. Druzy, frosty.
I like that it looks frosty.
Druzy frostiness, and it's pretty translucent. Oh, there you go. I had that piece.
Hi, Rocky Mountain Bear.
Hey, Bear.
He said that he started with wood too.
Oh yeah, nice.
Must be a common thing.
It must be a common thing, right?
Yeah.
And then this, there's another one of these green quartzy things. I don't know if these are technically considered. I think they're like lab. I think those are actually like lab grown in China, I believe. And then here's a piece of petrified wood. And petrified wood is pretty normal, but this has got some kind of little barnacle growing on it. Whoop, messing up there. Some kind of weird little baculite or barnacle or something. I don't know what the heck that's growing on there. Strange piece. Here's a piece from Dobell's, of course. That rainbow petrified wood, but this was real. That real pastel kind of color.
Hi, Rick.
So,
hi, Jeff.
Hey, Rick. Hey, Jeff. So yeah, that's kind of an interesting piece. Of course, Dino Bone. And if people are familiar with Dino Bone, yeah, this one doesn't have, the pattern like what you'd expect. It's kind of a plain Janie, but I kept it in here. And of course, rainbow fluorite. And that rainbow fluorite's pretty sweet too. There you can see
this is just
rainbow.
A preview of what's in the laundry room.
We're just waiting for people to show up, so we're kind of looking at what's in the laundry room. And then this sweet piece here. This has got fluorite. It's got who knows what that is, whatever that is. These little round clusters. It's just very, very neat.
Galena.
Galena, yeah, it could be Galena. I've got chunks of Galena somewhere. I have something everywhere, something, and more something. So yeah, and then this is a if anybody ever seen this, this is a petrified tree, and the petrified tree has been petrified. The guy that petrified this tree actually signed his name. So here is a petrified tree, and the caveman that petrified this in between this slate actually left his name on there. I think it's Aguilera. So yes, but anyhow, a form of rock art. And then, of course, a lot of people, especially girls, and I'm not knocking girls, but this purple amethyst, yes, this nice chunk, and this is a chunk of must have been a chunk of a geode or whatever. So yeah, and it's got a couple different little white crystals in there, but yeah, nice piece. And this was actually my mom's. We had bought this. She loves, the purple amethyst. So, yeah, we had bought this from her, and so yeah, if anybody wants to say hi to my mom, here's my mom. Hey, Ma, how you doing? I leave her sit in the window so she can look outside, because that was always her favorite thing to do, was to look out. She lived kind of out in the woods too, so she just loved to look out in the
larger
woods.
Room.
So yes, so anyhow, so oh yeah, and then of course we have to look at, Brenda's, and I know we have a friend, Faces in the Stone, and this is the dreaded Mona Lisa rock. If you can see her hiding in there, I know it dries up pretty fast, but that's the Mona Lisa rock. Just so happened where we cut this, and then I kind of looked, I'm like, wow, that looks almost
like a lady,
like a
the
ghost,
creepy lady,
like a ghost figure. That's why I call it the Mona Lisa rock. So yes, and then of course some of this stuff fluoresces, but we're not going to do that right now. So anyhow, so getting to be where what we're here for is of course the opals again. So if any of you guys got opals
Patty, I hope it ain't haunted.
Yeah, right. So if any of you guys got opals from Claude, after you go through the jar, you're left with like this. And this may look big through the camera, but if you look, there's a ton of this. And yeah, it's I mean, look at that, just beautiful. But what do you do with this? Now you can, and what the guy did that had this stuff originally, he put these like pieces like these in these jars, and then they fill them with like an oil. So if anybody bought any of those jars and you're gonna like do something with the stones, remember those stones are like in mineral oil or some kind of oil, so they're gonna be tough to work. I don't know what look at how ugly my fingers look. Dang. So yes, so
Bear said really small cabs or inlays.
Yes. So yeah, that's what you're gonna do with these. You can make a lot of earrings, like a lot. And this
maybe
is just
a nose ring.
And this is from like one jar. All these little schnickers. So yes, so you can make a lot of earrings. You can do inlay, or you can you can put them in jars and add some oil and then try to dump them off on somebody else for, $5 a jar. But they are pretty impressive. And even this kind of like a matrixy one, See the flash there, but yeah, so
Yes,
you get
lots of rings.
you get a lot of this. And again, yes. So what do you do?
I agree. There is no escape. Jerry is very, very addicted.
What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? Well, what you do is what I did. So what I did is I started fastening them. Let me dry off my hand. Let me zoom in a little bit. I don't know if I zoomed in or not. I don't know if I zoom. It zooms out. Every time you zoom in, it zooms out. So yeah, what I did is I started fastening some of these. Let me hold on a second here. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. So yeah, so I started to facet a bunch of these. Come on. I want this focus.
I don't know, but you're making us dizzy.
I'm trying to get it to focus. Sorry. Why won't you focus?
Just hold it still.
It's sure focusing on my ugly fingernails, right? On my dry fingernails. So yeah, I started fastening these. Some of them I just left a little rough, but so now, yeah, if you wanted to make earrings with these, they're actually, usable now. And this one I kind of just did the top. I rounded the top over, and then I did the bottom too.
That's saying she's trying to make sense of her jar. She thinks it's mostly leftover scraps.
Who got that? Beth, you got a jar from Claude? Was it like what? It was like one of the bargain. It was like a bargain jar, right?
I don't know. She needs to learn how to do doublets and triplets, I guess.
So yeah. So other than the dog here that's following me around, there's, these are some. That's the backside. So yeah. So these can be, and again, these are pretty small, pretty thin. You would if you're gonna do, you're
Hi,
not
Betty.
Hey, Betty, you're not going to have the big domes on them. You're just going to have to deal with them like this. But again, they are, otherwise like the inlay stuff, but these are for little tiny pieces. These things are, I mean, look at that. For little tiny pieces, yes. So some kind of an inlay would be a good thing, or a mosaic. We have a mosaic dog in the house that one of Brenda's friends does, and she does she'll use like glassware and dinner plates, and she busts them all up, and she makes this art out of them, mosaic art, and it's pretty impressive. So yes, you could do that. And then if anybody remembers from Spencer, they had that deer head that they just glued all these little tiny opals to the deer head, and it turned out pretty cool.
The opal guy wants to know Don wants to know what you spent on this stuff.
Well, it's hard to say, Don, because I had bought a lot. So the jars, each jar had like a different price to it, but they weren't the cheapy ones. They were like $100 jars, and a little over $100 for the jars. So, but I specifically got Dead Horse Gully. So this stuff is from Dead Horse Gully, and like I say, if you look up Dead Horse Gully, you'll find out Dead Horse Gully has really good material. So I looked up on the Minibee and Cooper Pedy, and of course, all of it's, very good stuff. But it kept coming back to this Dead Horse Gully stuff. And again, too, I kind of agree with Beth that it seems to be like a hodgepodge of stuff in there that, didn't see, like, there was like pieces of a boulder opal in here, and there was pieces of matrix opal in here. So, I'm sure a lot of it is like mixed bag. And I'm sure like this, all this, because you can see the different varieties in there. So I'm sure a lot of this is just like she said, a lot of his like scrap stuff he just threw in these bottles. And he obviously he was going to take all the best stuff, because, wouldn't you do that?
Hi, Allison. You're not late
Hey,
at
Allison,
all.
take all the best stuff, excuse me, take all the best stuff and use it for yourself. And then, because he had literally so much that he wasn't going to be able to work it all. So he's just, took out the best stuff and left the rest for the next guy. Now here's a little button guy, but again, this is
Rick says his was very mixed too. Hi, Les.
Hey, Les. Oh, you got a bottle too? Yeah, I don't know if you put up that seashell yet, Rick, or the shells. I know you bought at least one, but this, again, this crystal. Whoop. This crystal is really cool. How it, doesn't look like anything.
Oh, it's very cold, Allison. We're in the laundry room tonight.
Yes. Yeah, Allison.
Jerry was just giving a tour of the laundry room.
Allison, it's 5 miles from Canada, northern Montana cold here. Right? Yeah, if anybody knows about cold, here's a shout out to us northerners, at least us northern central state people. The Montana, North Dakota, man, North Dakota gets they get the brunt of it. And Wisconsin, Minnesota, Cheryl in Minnesota. So we get the cold, we get the snow, but Allison in Montana, they get that 90-mile-an-hour winds, 100-mile-an-hour winds. We had a strong winds last night and tonight, but not. I mean, it was like 40 some, but it wasn't like 90 some. So right here's a
Brian, we don't want to hear it. He said it was 70. It was cold.
Brian, Arizona?
Yeah.
Yeah, good deal, Brian. Yes, we're coming to visit.
Yeah, we were at.
Get that extra room cleaned. We're coming.
Yeah, it was minus 12 this morning with wind chills.
So yeah, although these pieces are tiny, they are just beautiful. I mean, these things are. Let me just look at that. Yes, in of course, like a ring or earrings or microscopic pendant. If somebody was wearing that, how far away would you be? Yeah, right. So I'm gonna do some mosaic stuff. That's kind of what I've been planning on doing, is some mosaic, because you don't want to throw this away. I mean, look at that. That's got a little piece of sand there yet. But just, absolutely amazing. So, and again, if this is the scrap stuff that we got, or at least the small pieces, imagine what the big pieces that he has. A big piece like this, if this was like big, this could be like a $10,000 stone. So yeah,
there's lots of ideas that you could do with it, though.
yes.
It's or just, not in our eyes as a junk.
Or just keep it and hoard it like I'm doing. And then when I die, somebody else will have to deal with it. Now, I plan on making some jewelry coming up soon. Once I can get back into the shop where it's not frigid in there. Like, look at that. This is not a piece of crystal here, but and of course the camera is having a hard time pick this up, but that's just plain old, and it's pretty thin. This is just a plain old piece of crystal. But just blinding color. So yeah, I will be doing stuff with these coming up.
It's got to warm up a little.
Yeah, we're supposed to have highs in the 30s next week. So yeah, imagine that. So we're 10, 15 degrees below zero yesterday and today and tomorrow. And then by the end of next week, we're supposed to be in the upper 30s. Now, if that ever happens, we'll have to see. But that's what they are claiming that we're going to have. Like near another crystal.
Josh is saying that opal and tarja little animals would be cool.
Yes. Yeah, and then, so once you have these, like I say, cleaned up and flattened down, like I do now, it's workable. Now I can just take this, and if you would draw lines, like I say, on my Intarsia stuff like that, although some of the sharper the sharper angles, you're not going to be able to do, or like some of these areas. Oops, sorry for flipping. So so you're not going to be able to do that. Yeah, my middle finger. So you can, but you can do, and I do have some plans out, and of course I do have patterns and patterns and patterns and stuff like that. So I will be delving into this because now I have this stuff, and of course
Jeff's
you got to do something with it.
Peacock. Don said opal hummingbird.
Yes. Or an opal. You can grid pattern this stuff out and just make one giant opal with it. I think somebody got that one that was like a composite opal. That yellow is pretty intense yellow too.
I say these are tiny but mighty.
Yes. Yeah, look at that. That's like the sun going down. Brian would think that's probably like a forest fire or something, right? Little paper thin. But yeah, I just took these down, took them from that rough thing, and just faceted or not faceted, but just
ground them
down to like thin little sheets, trying to keep on the color bar. And they're pretty impressive for just these little tiny guys. Some of these crystal ones. So this piece, now this would be like a dead horse where it's the crystal, but it has this blinding color. Oops. And of course, I do have, and the ones that I showed last week, I have not touched. I know people are gonna go, what? I haven't even touched the big stuff yet, like the bigger stones that I had. So yeah, this is because unlike other people, I can leave the frosting till last and just deal, or the gravy. I'll just deal with the potatoes at first. So yeah, I got some big chunks, some really big chunks. I even have some of that matrixy stuff where it's the matrix, where it's like the sugar and acid treated stuff. I have one piece of that. I think like one big piece of that and a couple small pieces of that. And again, why it came in that jar that it came in, well, I don't know, because it did. So I doubt that was Dead Horse Gully, but that's the jar it came in. So yeah, this stuff would be nice to be
Brian
working
said that
with.
There's a lot of nice pieces here.
Yes. Look at that. It's got an orange. It's got an orange flash in a purple body. So yes, and it did take quite a while to grind these on. And if people don't believe me, which they oftentimes don't, these, and you can tell these aren't dopped. I do these by hand. Now, I never used to do this stuff by hand. You can tell by my fingernails, right? How I don't have fingernails. I watched Justin on Black Opal Direct do these tiny stones, you know, with his bare hands, and I'm thinking like, good golly, how do you do that? And yeah, it's just the same thing. You know, you kind of just get used to it. You know, it's kind of an acquired feel. And I don't dop up nothing. You got wet again.
That's why you have lizard hands.
Yes, I don't dop up anything. I do these barehanded, no gloves, no nothing. That's kind of nice dome on that one too. That's actually a good piece. That'd probably be a ring. So yeah, I do this stuff. I do all this stuff barehanded. Why not? Oh, this side. I just dome this side over on this thing too. Doing it free. They're doing the free hand, as they say.
Jeff says he does the same thing.
Yes. So hey, Brian, how's the pups doing? If you're out there, are they already fully grown? Or you just blink your eye and them dogs are like grown up, just a blink of the eye. So
Rick wants to know if you did those on the wheels.
Yeah, these are all done on my wheels, Rick. Yeah, I don't do much on the flat lap. This has got a little bit of a dome to it. Yeah, Rick, if you're having a hard time with them, send them to me.
He'll be doing you like the Fat Man movie we watched last night.
Yeah. Santa Claus with Mel Gibson. Fat Man with Mel Gibson. So yeah, these are some, you know, beautiful little pieces. There's another dead horse crystal. And again, the camera doesn't pick up, or I should say the phone doesn't really, you know, pick up the what I'm actually seeing here. Well, this one it does. It's definitely picking up the dark spot.
Puppies are very smart. They pick up.
Oh.
You don't ever want to show them something you don't want them to know. Next thing you know, they'll be flushing the toilet.
Yes, and don't pee on your couch, because then your dogs will be peeing on your couch. I learned that early. Brenda was hollering at me for doing that.
Rick said he could send them, but he knows he won't get them back, Jerry.
No comment. I just said I was peeing on the couch.
You do not pee in the house. I'll rub your nose in it and throw you outside.
Again, nice and flat, but that's got that. Now that's probably like the moss. Almost like a moss pattern. See that mossiness in there? That's a pretty cool one there.
It looks like Green Bay Packer to me.
And then this one, as I was doing this, of course it broke. But again, really colorful. And it freaking broke.
Do you think it had a big fracture in there?
Yeah, it just got so thin. So then these other ones, had these black ones, and I was dying to get my saw blades. I finally got my saw blades. I cut it in half and ground it down. And you know, do I keep going down on that? You know, and that's kind of funky.
Patty said she'll take the broken one.
The broken one? Right. So yeah, these were kind of you know, black opal. You can see the pinfire there. And of course I just did the top. There's some green there, some whatever. So yeah, so I just started grinding these down, and I'm
the opal guy said use 600 grit and go slowly.
On these?
Yeah.
Yes. So you can see that black. It is black.
Oh, that looks like outer space.
You know, it's black opal.
The galaxy. So,
whoop.
Bill wants to know if that's black chicken.
And of course, if it's black chicken,
yeah,
I don't know what a black chicken is. And of course, I got, you know, like a half a jar of this too, of this seam, because you know I seen the seam, I seen the black, and I seen the color, and I thought, ooh, I want that jar. So I wish I would have got the other. I don't know who got the other jar. Somebody else got the other jar. Maybe it was Theo or something. I know he said that. Oh, somebody bought it. So there was like 2 jars of this stuff. The other jar was like twice the size of this one.
Don wants to know how much that jar was.
This jar was $2.20, I think, with the black. But it is, you know, it's black. At least it's not black per se like black, but it definitely is on a layer of black.
He said that wasn't bad.
No,
all over your finger.
I said that before. But again, you know, it's yeah, I got a lot of
Beth wants to know how to clean the stuff that's all in the oil.
How would you clean the oil? You know, you can, you know, you don't want to put it in like the what are they, kitty litter? So what I use, and I know a lot of people use that kitty litter. I don't use kitty litter. I take my stuff and I have just a tub of hot water, and I use Dawn dishwashing liquid, because they use Dawn to clean the ducts and the stuff from the oil slick. So for all my, like when I'll cut stuff with my slab saw, which is mineral oil, or cutting oil, which is basically mineral oil, I use Dawn. That's what I use, Dawn, and I sponge it down really good and scrub it up with Dawn. So yeah, so these are the black ones, and not super bright. And I took this one down pretty freaking thin.
I bet you in the sunlight though they would be better.
So yeah, so you know, and then of course, if anybody watched on the Discord, this is my cab for the month, my green agate or tree agate Christmas tree. It was fire and ice was the deal. So snow was pretty close, right, Karen? So yeah, so that was the my entry for the Discord. So yeah, so and again, like I say, these are what you do with little chips. You know, you have fun with them. Anybody else got you know, chip boxes? You know, you can make tiny little cabs.
Somebody said to glue opal to your Christmas tree as ornament.
Yeah, I could. You know, I thought about that, but if you look in the size comparison, you know, now the opals look pretty big. So if I would put like one ornament on there, you spin it around, get some color. There you go. And if I'd put a blue one on there, well, now it's full. So yes, I would have to make the tree a lot bigger than that to do something with these. So yes,
Karen thinks they're great size opals, worth doing.
Yes, perfect. You know, for like earrings and stuff like that. I mean, perfect. You know, because you know, you have the people that hang like steering wheels on their ears, or them big round donut things. You know, but most people don't want that. They just want, you know, and this is, I mean, I can't even feel that. This is in my hand. So, you know, you put a nice gold backing, thin gold backing on here or something, you know, you could wear this in your ear and not even know it's dangling on your ear. And then, of course, if it's an
earring, it on wood and you wear it as a plug.
For an earring, that's pretty big for an earring. Although you'd have to find a couple matching ones, which would be a little bit tougher. Maybe you could get a couple of the fruity ones, or just cut one in half and then do half and half. But there's a lot of this this orange yellow greeny stuff. I know you could probably and again, I have all this stuff to, and this again, this was just from the one big jar. I have a lot of stuff I can mix and match to find out or to find more. And of course, this is all, I mean, yeah, they're tiny, but there's just amazing stuff in here.
Sometimes tiny makes mighty.
Yes. So yeah, you're not going to win. That's actually a pretty good chunk right there. It's solid all the way through. So yeah, you're not going to win, opal size of the month contest with this stuff, but you'll definitely get some flashy awards, right?
Couldn't thank Jeff enough for
yes,
hooking everybody
if
up.
Jeff wasn't looking
Claude.
at Marketplace, we would have never had
so
the Clyde
this is good
collection.
on you, Jeff,
so, yes.
for watching Marketplace.
Yes, I think Jeff several times now, but yes.
A lot of people benefited from this.
If I ever see Jeff in a truck stop on the highway, I'll buy one of those new cheese steak hoagies, Jeff. It's waiting for you. maybe I'll just buy one and say, hey, if this Jeff guy ever comes in, give him this. There's another one of those crystals that are, just super, super flashy. So yeah, so this is all the mess, and then compared. If I were to compare, there's shoes. And if anybody joined us late, we're actually in the laundry room because it's too freaking cold out. So here's now if you look at it here, we'll squish all this down and then take this out. And yes, the bag is getting bigger and bigger. So now compared this stuff, I should have separated a little bit better. So now compare the stuff I did today to the stuff we had done with the bigger stuff. So again, and this, of course, this isn't like the biggest stuff either.
That's a mighty guitar pick.
But yeah, some of this stuff is definitely a lot bigger, as comparative to the mini mites. So, there's some stuff, whoop, I'm missing them. Well, I'm looking at what I'm looking at rather than looking at what the camera's looking at. So, yes. Oh, and there was that piece I didn't finish this one either. I was going to meant to finish that. So, yeah. So this stuff, is a lot bigger than, that's pretty close. That's still, I like this. I like my dead man's eye, right? And this probably looks a lot different now inside the house lights rather than that crappy crappy light inside the shop. I shouldn't say crappy, but probably got a lot different color tones. Than it did. So yeah, so that was the opal chip technique. And then if anybody Opticon, yeah, I keep the Opticon in the house too because I don't want that to freeze. Although I don't want it to heat up real bad either. But yeah, you don't want it to freeze, so freezing's not good either. So yeah, that was the extent of what we did this week. Me and Brenda both made our Discord entries. She made a. What did you make? What was yours? African blue lace as an icicle thing, and I did the green tree agate as a Christmas tree. So yeah, that's pretty much all we did I had done, of course, we do a lot of estate sailing and stuff. And if anybody's seen the screenshot I used for this video, that sweet seated Liberty dime, anybody's not, that was a dime. In case people didn't know what that coin was, that's a US dime. That's a seated Liberty dime. So yeah, that was a sweet freaking dime. So I also got this. Oh, this sucker's heavy. This here little guy, let me turn on, you can maybe see that better. That's an arcade crystal coffee grinder. It actually hooks to a wall. So yeah, imagine back in the day you had to grind your own coffee.
Oh, Crow Dragon Pirate. Hear from Katie Did Rocks. Think you had some moonstone in your charity sale. They were awesome.
Yes. Oh yeah, good. Hey, thank you. They yeah, and I had put out a video on, if you're the one that bought the box, look at one of my videos. It says charity auction video, and that'll tell you exactly what was in there. So again, when I was getting that stuff ready, I didn't put my card in there. I didn't put, and then because you're rushing, you send it out, and I'm like, oh, I didn't put. And of course, she didn't know what none of that stuff is. So you got like taters in there. There's some Petoskey stones, some honeycomb coral, moonstone in there. Of course, the red tiger eye heart was in there. The LSAs, the people, Lake Superior agates. So yeah, you got some pretty. Oh, and then the copper, that was copper in quartz, and then copper in like a greenstone. And I don't know if that's technically like malachite or whatever.
Didn't buy the thing.
Oh, but you were looking at it?
Just admired them and followed to your great channel.
Yes, if anybody else, whoever did get that box, that was some cool stuff in there. So yes, that was some good stuff in there, and that was.
I'm glad you found us.
So yeah, thanks for tuning in. So yeah, we do this every Saturday, usually at 6:30. Normally we're in the rock room, but of course it's 10 degrees below zero outside, so no rock room tonight. We're stuck in the laundry room, and it's tiny little laundry room. And normally we're in the big room. And then this, anybody sees this here? Oh, let me turn this around here. I made this too. This cabinet. This is made out of. Anybody's familiar with wood? That's a quarter sawn oak and tiger maple. I made this myself too. And this is a big wardrobe cabinet. So yeah, I do all kinds of stuff. A lot of woodworking, a lot of stuff, a lot of this, a lot of that. I collect books, and yeah, I don't read much, but I collect books and stamps. Anybody seen the stamps? Stamps, we got stamps. Let's see here. I got stamps. Down in the bottom is books. And I collect books, and if in kind of moving around here, there's not only are there books, they're antiques. These are like old books. And again, Don, that right? That's why we have the bookends, right? The classic old bookends, the old metal.
Yeah, Jerry's got the laundry room pretty crowded.
Bookends. Jerry's got every space that he has crowded. Here was some elephant ones, and of course here was.
Oh, we don't do antique mall shopping. This is all auctions. We're addicted to online auctions.
If she was going to be president, he would be Abraham Lincoln. So yes, Jerry is a buyer. Jerry likes to buy stuff. Oh, and then here, this got me on Facebook or something. This got me like 24,000 views. This got me 24,000 views. Now, out of all the beautiful stuff I put out, this got me 24. Oh, I just broke a piece off. This got me 24,000 views. So, how does YouTube work? Or if this was YouTube or TikTok, how does it work? What gets you what? I don't know, but I don't know how that can get me 24,000 views, but it did. It did. Of course it did. And then, of course, we collect,
Yeah, that is a dragon egg.
Art. Bottles, beer cans, art, junk.
And this is all in the laundry room.
So yeah, and this is this is all in the laundry room. The bathroom is
You're
going
not
into
doing
Asia.
a tour of
No,
the
I'm
bathroom.
not. No, the bathroom is Asia. You go into Asia. The bedroom is you go into Nautica. So it's all the old ships, the masted sailing ships. I have original paintings, a lot of original, too much original paintings. So that's just because you're in the laundry room and hey, oh yeah, old clocks. We got some old clocks, some old, the spinner kind of clocks, and this is not even, and actually, that being said, I brought something down out of the attic for the rock room for our backdrop. So when we start doing videos back out there again, I have a new backdrop for behind us. Oh, you're gonna love it. Well, maybe you won't. Maybe not cheesy, but anyhow. So yeah, I got a new backdrop. You'll be seeing that soon enough. So yeah, so we're gonna keep this short because I didn't do that much. We didn't do that much, and we're out here. So yeah,
Probably. And I didn't want to be on camera tonight because I'm doing some cancer treatment to my face.
Yes.
And
Yeah, the reason Brenda isn't on camera because she burnt my toast this morning and I beat the crap out of it. I'm gonna beat my toast.
Jeff wants to know if that's a Starfleet logo.
A Starfleet logo?
Yeah, I don't know where you've seen that.
Where'd you see that, Jeff? Actually, I got a lot of Star Wars stuff. But where'd you see a Starfleet logo?
In here, somewhere, I would assume.
I don't know.
He has too much stuff in here.
I have like a lot of Star Wars stuff too, because of course it's collectible. I even got the Star Wars Monopoly game, right? and it actually came with the Star Wars medallions. It's got like 7 or 8 or 9 like medallions came with it on Star Wars. So yeah. So yeah, that's we'll wrap it up. Short week this week. Let everybody go back out and enjoy their cold if they have the cold.
Oh no, Jeff, not the backdrop. Wait until you see it.
Oh yeah, the backdrop.
Hopefully next week and we can get out.
If people can't wait, just think it's an Oriental motif. So just think Oriental and think big. So I'm talking big, like 6 feet tall, 4 feet wide. That should give it away. But yeah, that's pretty impressive. And made with shells, right? Shells. That kind of give it away. So yeah, so you'll see it soon enough. So yeah, so that'll be it for today. Thanks everybody for stopping in and liking and subscribing and commenting. We always appreciate that. And we'll see you soon in a rock room near you. See ya.